Welcome to the first episode of Cancel Omar. Today, I'll be talking about cancel culture, the stupidity and the hypocrisy that surrounds it. I'm going to be covering today a story that happened about a year ago to a man named Carson King. And on ESPN Game Day, he was holding up a sign that said, essentially, he was out of beer, and it had his Venmo name under that. He was sent about $1,600 from different people, and he decided that instead of keeping the money, which a lot of people would do, he was going to donate all of the money to a children's hospital. And when he said that, he raised over $1 million to donate to a children's hospital. And a reporter from Des Moines Register named Aaron Calvin decided to essentially attack him for two racist tweets that he had sent out back in 2012 when he was 16 years old. And the two tweets were in reference to a TV show, Tosh.0. Doesn't make it right, doesn't make it any better. It was wrong, and he did go and publicly apologize and say how stupid and immature it was. He was a 16-year-old kid, and he's grown, which a lot of us hopefully do. Now, when all that was said, the Des Moines Register apparently wrote, and I quote, "The jokes were highly inappropriate and were public posts." Now that's the key word there, joke. He wasn't going out and spewing how one race is inferior to another. It was a joke that didn't land. It was dumb. It doesn't make it better, but the guy is not a racist. I think I can definitely comfortably say that. Again, the jokes were highly inappropriate and were public posts. Shouldn't that be acknowledged to all the people who had donated money to King's cause or were planning to do so? No. No. He was donating money to a children's hospital. Who cares what he tweeted when he was 16 years old? How many of us can comfortably say we've never said or done anything to the people we love, much less to random people that we've never met? How many of us can say that we've never done anything wrong and grown up and learned to regret it and hate that we did or said that thing? I think all of us definitely have done that. Now, what makes this ironic is that that reporter, Aaron Calvin, would soon be fired from his job for racist and homophobic tweets that he had sent out. One of them, I believe he was quoting a Kanye song. I'm not exactly sure. And I find it incredibly ironic that he canceled somebody and publicly humiliated him because of two things he tweeted, not even said, tweeted, when he was 16 years old. And that's the problem that I have with cancel culture, is that there's no logic behind it. None whatsoever. It doesn't even make sense. And who do we cancel? Where do we draw the line in this whole cancel culture thing? And I'm going to bring up a very powerful figure, Martin Luther King Jr. Now, apparently, there is a new document saying, and this is from Business Insider, mind you, documents describing secret FBI recordings allege Martin Luther King Jr. had affairs with 40 women and watched on as a pastor raped a woman in the 1960s, a new report said. Do we cancel Martin Luther King? Imagine if we would have. Imagine how backwards this country would still be if we would have canceled him. People make mistakes. People do stupid shit. And I'm not going to defend what he did. But he did a whole lot more good than bad. But if we would have canceled him, we would have only known the bad, and he wouldn't have ever had a chance to regret anything that he's done. Now, this is from the same website, Business Insider. According to the Times, a memo accompanying I can't speak right now. Accompanying the tape alleges King looked on and laughed as a pastor of Baltimore's Cornerstone Baptist Church raped a woman in the hotel room. The pastor died in 1991. Again, where do we draw the line in cancel culture? I mean, we give felons, we give murderers, convicted murderers, a second chance at life. But a guy that tweets something, when he's 16 years old, tweets something, and we publicly humiliate him? People need the opportunity to grow, to change. And when we're young, we all say stupid, sometimes racist things that we learn to grow and hate and regret. Because that's what human beings do. We grow. But you have to give the person the opportunity to do that. We can't just end somebody's life and somebody's career. They can't provide for their families because of something that was tweeted or even said. If you don't like something, you can protest against it because we live in a country where you're allowed to do that. But to end somebody's life, to publicly end somebody's life or their career because of something that they said when they were 16 years old, that's horrible. We know so many people, public figures, again, public figures, that have done horrible, egregious things. But we give them that chance. We give them that second chance because we know that people grow. People mess up all the time. And speaking of messing up and cancel culture and all this, let's make this a little bit personal. So obviously, all of us know what's going on in China with the Uyghur Muslims. They're being shaved and sterilized and disgusting. When you go to the store, do you check your tags to see if it's made in China? And if so, do you put it back on the shelf? No, 9 times out of 10, you don't even check it. You pick it up, you buy it. So if you're supporting that country, are you supporting what's happening to the Uyghur Muslims? Shouldn't you cancel yourself? If you have an iPhone or Samsung, a phone generally, they're pretty much all made in China. Should you cancel yourself? So look at yourself in the mirror before you decide to shine the light on other people, before you decide that you're some woke individual. You're not. You're just an asshole. That is cancel culture is filled with so many hypocrites. It's not even funny. It is ridiculous. Amazon, Jeff Bezos, the way that he's treating his employees, I do not agree with his business ethics in any way, shape, or form. That being said, how many of us are still ordering stuff off of Amazon? Most of us are. So again, shouldn't you cancel yourself? Or do you put your money where your mouth is? It's that simple. If you want businesses to change, which they will if you stop giving them your money, hold yourself accountable before you start wanting to hold other people accountable. You want change, then don't spend money at businesses that have crappy ethics, that treat their employees bad. I mean, the Nike factories, they have nets outside of the windows because the workers would jump out trying to commit suicide. Yet how many of us have a pair of at least one pair of Nikes? Do you not see the irony here? Cancel culture is for fucking morons. And if you are in any way, shape, or form agreeing with anything about cancel culture, you're a piece of shit. It's that simple. I'm going to keep this video a little short. This is the first episode. I'm glad that you guys tuned in with me. Next week I'm not exactly sure what I'll be talking about, but I will definitely give everyone a heads up. Thank you and good night.